What is up, everyone? In this video, we're gonna do some showcase of Beidou. A lot of you guys have been telling me that Beidou is amazing. Some other people told me that Beidou is very bad. But we have invited my very close friend, Code. He goes by the name OK Code on Twitch. He kinda became really famous with his Beidou damage. He did like 100k damage. Is that right, OK Code?
Yes. I did 100k damage, but that was in Abyss due to the fact that Abyss has some crazy damage multipliers. Like, outside of Abyss, I do around 40k damage, non-buffs.
Okay, that is really great to know. So let me ask you some questions. People are gonna be wondering, what made you play Beidou?
Well, the reason why I played Beidou is because chat told me that in Genshin Impact there was a HP scaling bruiser, and we all know what I like in Epic 7, so...
What is Epic 7? I don't know that game, dude.
Oh, true. True. What's Epic 7, yes?
I see. So, you're saying that Beidou scales off of HP?
Well, at first I thought her damage scales with HP, but only the barrier scales with HP, and her damage still scales off of her attack, which means it is still ideal to build attack on Beidou to hit like ridiculous numbers of damage.
Okay, so I was gonna ask you, how did you manage to get those damages, but then I think it kinda answered me, right? So can you explain a little bit more about her mechanics, because with that sentence, that answered 3 of my questions, so...
Alright, so...
Okay.
So her main damaging ability is Untitled.
What's Untitled? Is that her E or Q?
That's her E. It's a counter-attack ability that does more damage the more hits she blocks.
Okay.
The damage ratio for this ability is very high. It has a base damage ratio currently for me at 220%, and it increased damage by 300% per stack up to 2 times.
What?
And so far as I know, it's the highest damaging ability in the game, with the exception of Mona, because she has a 600% damage ratio and a 50% damage multiplier from her curse debuff.
So would you say that Beidou is gonna be really good with Mona?
Well, that's how I hit the 100k damage, because I use both of it.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
My Mona is still level 1, and with no talents up, it's around a 42% damage multiplier.
Okay.
And this damage multiplier, I think, is applied at the end of the formula. It's rather hard to combo Beidou with Mona, unlike other characters, because Mona curse debuff only applies for 4 seconds, and the majority of Beidou's damage comes from the fact that she has to counter a hit, right? So within 4 seconds, she has to counter an attack from an enemy, which I don't think they can be very good combo.
So what do you think is the best character to go well with Beidou then?
So, in my opinion, the best character to go with Beidou would be Xingqiu, because his ultimate ability gives him flying swords that attacks the enemy, which applies Hydro to them. And as we know, Beidou with Constellation applies lightning damage to every single one of her normal attacks. So Beidou and Xingqiu can proc Electro Charge on every single attack, which is a hefty damage boost.
Oh yeah, so like basically Xingqiu ult, right, is gonna be applying Hydro while Beidou is gonna be doing electro damage. Okay, that's good. But that means that she's not gonna be doing like a crazy damage because electro charge depends on your level, right?
Yeah, it's a small damage bonus.
Okay. So Code, do you wanna go through the artifacts that you have on her so that people can get an idea on how to build her better?
Alright, yeah, sure. Right now I'm running a 2-piece Thundering Fury set. I'm still trying to find a perfect 4-piece for her, but right now this is what I'm doing. She's rocking a 5 legendary piece of gear.
Okay.
My stat focus are attack, crit damage, crit chance, and electro damage. My flower right here has 21 crit damage and 10% attack. My feather has 30% crit damage and 3% crit chance.
That's a nice gear.
My goblet here has 20% crit damage and elemental mastery, so that's a rip me, right?
Oh yes, because Beidou doesn't need a lot of elemental mastery, right?
Most characters don't need. And as for my goblet, as you can see, it's electro damage bonus on the main stat. It has crit rate, crit damage, and flat attack. And as you can see, I rolled into flat attack 3 times, so I have 64 flat attack on this piece of gear.
I mean, that's really nice. Is there a particular reason why you went for electro damage instead of attack? Because a lot of people kind of try to go for attack percentage, then, you know, physical attack bonus or electro damage bonus or whatever.
Right, so it's just because that when you look at Beidou's Ascension stat, her 4th stat is electro bonus damage.
Okay.
So with electro damage on the cup, I'm hitting around 80 to 85% more electro damage, and as we know that her E ratio is extremely high. So 85% more damage on that giant hit is extremely good in my opinion.
Okay, that makes perfect sense, yeah.
And as for my circlet or the hat, I'm running a crit chance circlet because I have a lot of crit damage substats. If I have a lot of crit chance substat, I will do the opposite where I will run a crit damage main stat instead. As for my total stats right now, I have 2,500 attack, 46% crit chance, 127 crit damage, and 80% electro damage.
Your stats right now looks really crazy. It looks better than my D-Luke, man. Which is my main DPS.
Oh no, people will call me gear carry.
No, but then, like, it's crazy how you are able to manage to get those stats and you're doing so much damage. And people are talking about you online. So I really respect that. Like, I mean, if somebody says certain character is bad, then I try not to like try it before it is verified that character is actually useful. So how do you feel about other people rating Beidou as a bad character?
Well, upon using her Q, all her attacks gains a chain lightning ability that hits multiple enemies. So I can understand why people rate Beidou rather low, because her playstyle is rather slow and different than most characters in the game. She doesn't have on-demand damage. Her main damaging ability, Untitled, relies on enemy hitting her to dish out insane damage back. Her only real on-demand damage would be Stormcaller. Stormcaller is her ultimate, which applies a buff to herself, which makes all her attacks chains lightning to nearby enemies. This does not convert her damage into lightning like Keqing does, but instead it adds another line of damage. So every time she attacks, there will be a physical line of damage and an electric line of damage.
Okay, so Code, before we wrap this video up, do you think there's a boss you can kill with Beidou and do a showcase for us?
Well, I'll have to try first.
Okay.
Because people are gonna see my team and go kick W. I pick all the characters that people rate low.
In your opinion, do you think they are good?
They are good, they just don't do insane damage. They're more supportive because I have Bennett, Xingqiu, which are 3 attack buffers for Beidou.
Okay. But have you cleared all the Abyss with those characters?
No, that's the thing, right? I'm still trying to 9-star Abyss 10. I haven't been progressing in Abyss just because of the fact that the Abyss reward didn't really entice me. Like, the Abyss reward is like 150 Primal Gem and 1 legendary piece of gear for 3 floors, right?
Yeah.
So 150 Primal Gem and 1 piece of gear is the equivalent of logging in for 1 day, doing your dailies, and farming domains twice.
Isn't that something good though? Like, I mean, for me, because I cannot really buy extra resins, of course I can replenish 6 times a day, but then after that, there's nothing to do. So I think those are pretty appealing for me, except they kind of stress me out.
That's the thing, guys. Like, the new update is what a lot of us like. You can now spend 40 resin on domains, and you get double the drop, so it saves time, right? That's my thought at least, but yeah.
I like your thoughts, and I totally agree with it. Very nice.
I can try doing this, but I might mess it up.
Oh, so you're gonna try to one-shot Cryo Resfine? Code, can you briefly explain about what you're doing with the team?
The team right now is Beidou, Qiqi, Bennett, and Xiangling, but I don't use Qiqi here. I'm just gonna use Bennett and Xiangling ult to buff Beidou's damage, so that I can one-shot this Cryo boss. Right, so now in front of the boss. I'll start with using Q on Bennett, and then Xiangling ult to reduce the enemy pyro resistance.
Okay.
Then I'll use Q on Beidou, and then I'll wait for the boss to hit me to counterattack, and there goes half his HP. And there's the boss in 3 seconds.
That's really fast.
Yeah.
Right.
It's mostly because most of Beidou's damage comes from her counterattack, and as I said before, right, that's what drove most people away from Beidou, just because she does not have on-demand damage. She has to rely on the enemy hitting her first. Okay. But it's rather fun playstyle if you get around it.
Alright, that sounds really good. Alright, thank you very much for the showcase. Like, I really wanted to do a showcase for all the heroes, but since I had to kind of separate all those resources, some into Diluc, some into Qiqi, some into Jean, and so on, I was not able to complete a good character. Like, I was just doing like a showcase of a single character. People were like, yo, you need to show us the combination. You suck at this game.
Wait.
Alright, so that was OK Code from Twitch. I'm convincing him to become a YouTuber because the contents that he creates is really nice and he's getting his content stolen by others. So, Code, you have to make your own YouTube channel, okay?
Maybe one day when I unscuff my mic, yes.
Your mic? Okay, alright. So for those of you who got amazed or thought his build was really creative, you should go ahead and look for OK Code on Twitch and follow him right now. And thank you for watching this long video, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys later. Adios.